Hey everybody, Organizing Monster here. Welcome to a side episode of UnionorBust. As always, I got Chris over here.
How's everyone doing? Chris Lopez, your union brother on TikTok, Instagram, all the platforms. Man, we got some exciting news. We got a new logo.
Yeah, new logo, but remember, make sure you like and subscribe to our channels, follow us on all the social media platforms, and also our Patreon. Sign up to our Patreon and become a subscriber.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we're trying to push it out. We haven't been pushing it out, but as you can see, we got new gear, like Chris mentioned.
Yeah, we have new gear, and we're going to be having a fundraiser coming up at McGregor's, 4 p.m. on July 17th. So if you want to come down, check it out. We may have some shirts available, but
yeah, check out the shirts. We got a new logo, new shirts, new gear, and if you want to see the back of it,
oh yeah, got the honey badger on there. So the honey badger doesn't give a fuck. Basically, it's one of those.
Badger don't give a fuck.
It's one of the most tenacious animals on the planet, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, no, it's freaking awesome. It gets in a fight with lions, with fucking cobras, with snakes,
Bees.
with bees.
He just eats bees.
He eats whatever the fuck he wants to eat. So that's why the honey badger is our logo. Because I don't know, I feel that it's badass. It's funny. It's cool.
It is
chill.
badass. And the shirts are badass, man.
We got some pamphlets also.
Look at these.
Evangelina designed them. Check it out.
Big
I mean, you can't really see.
Big shout out to Evangelina.
We'll try to zoom in on this. That's their trifodes.
Mm-hmm.
Some cool information on there.
That's pretty cool.
So yeah, we're just trying to do different things. We're just moving so fast.
Yeah.
That's what's going on.
And if you like the shirts, they're going to be $30 each, but they're going to sell out pretty quick. I think, how many shirts have we sold already?
Yeah, we already sold at least 10.
And how many do we have?
We ordered 50.
Oh, gosh, they're gone.
They're gone. Well, you have 3.
Well, yeah, but the other one didn't fit.
I know, but you have them. But you have them.
It was too big.
We're just going to make you pay for it.
Yeah, I'll pay.
Yeah.
So
We're paying now.
So,
well, we already paid. I already paid, dude. I've been out of work for 2 weeks. It's been a hell of a ride. But I think I'm feeling a lot better now.
Yeah.
And I'm going back to work tomorrow.
Cool.
So hitting it hard again.
Absolutely.
So.
Oh, big news. Union or Bust is invited to the Cal Labor Fed.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
They're going to have a conference this week coming up, starting tomorrow. And, yeah, it's going to be cool. Lorena said she's going to have a bunch of attendees.
Sean Fain.
And Sean Fain's going to be there. Sarah Nelson. Shout out Sarah Nelson. We had her on the podcast already.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to have Liz Schuler on there.
I think Liz Schuler's going to be there.
I bet you, I was going to say Trump. I bet you Biden's going to be there.
You think Biden's going to be there?
I think so. You don't think so?
I don't think so. I think it's getting close to, I think he's dropping out. I really do.
You think? I know, but he might be at the conference this week.
Oh.
They haven't said anything, but that's just me.
Well, they're not going to say anything, but security and stuff like
Yeah.
that, it might be a pain in the ass.
That's true.
So,
No, it's a mission, definitely. But yeah, we're excited. We don't know exactly at what capacity we're going to be at the Cal Labor Fed, but I think whatever we do there, it's going to be sick. We've never done anything
I'm
like
just
that.
glad. I'm just glad they didn't do a background check on any of us. So we're good.
Yeah, we're fucked.
Good.
Yeah, we're fucked. I didn't become a cop because of my history.
You're that bad, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think happens? Like, we're 38 years old. I'm 38. You're a little bit older.
The older you are, the more of a record you build.
I mean, it's given. Like, everybody has a record, and everybody drinks, and everybody gets in trouble. It's just a matter. Everybody does fucked up shit. It's just about getting caught.
Yeah.
Some people just get caught. But yeah, we have all kinds of new gear. As you can see, we got the SM7Bs, the ones that all the cool podcasts use. $400 microphones. They're badass. We got new cameras, but we're not using it yet. We're finishing the setup this week, and we're still using my Old Faithful over here. We got a different desk, a different look, basically. Different shirts, different logo, new pamphlets, new gear. And it's fucking. We're taking it up to the next level.
Mhm. Yeah, and UFCW Local 135 is a proud member of UFCW Local 135, and CVS workers are fighting for a contract right now. So their contract's gonna be expiring soon, and they're fighting for a living wage.
Nice.
And I think CVS's profits for the fourth quarter were reported earlier this year, and they were 92% above last year. So their fourth quarter profits in 2023 reported this year, and they're up 92% from last year. And they're fighting for a living wage. So big shout out to all the CVS workers. I want you to get a fair contract with great benefits. I didn't know if you knew this, but CVS owns Aetna,
The insurance company.
the insurance company. So they make enough money to pay a living wage.
Dude, I'm telling you, these monopolies. See what I mean?
Mhm.
It's a drugstore, and then they own a drug company, right? Or it's an insurance company.
Insurance company.
Insurance
Aetna.
company.
Aetna.
Yeah. I'm telling you, these corporations, they just monopolize different industries, and where are you going to go? That's what that is.
Exactly.
Damn. So their contract is about to expire?
Yeah, and I think that they were offering their wage proposal. I don't know the exact terms, but they weren't even offering like $1 wage increase
Of course.
to some of the workers. Like, it's like you guys own an insurance company. You have record profits, and you want to, not give your people living wage. I mean, I think CVS needs to start considering being a good corporate citizen. I think more and more people are starting to look at insurance companies, starting to look at businesses, like you said, monopolies. 65% of people, are living paycheck to paycheck, probably more. Rent's going up. I know here in San Diego, the cost of living in San Diego has actually surpassed San Francisco.
Yeah.
So
Now, it's expensive to live here. I think it's one of the most expensive cities to live in the world. And yeah, people are not giving a fuck anymore. This Gen Z is just burning it up.
I love it.
They're the honey badgers.
They are honey badgers.
Yeah. I think the new generation's the honey badgers. The ones after Gen Z. I think they're alpha. Oh yeah, it goes back to alpha. Z is done.
Uh-huh.
So now they're going back to Gen Alpha.
Mhm.
Gen Alpha is known as the honey badger generation.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck. So when these kids are teenagers, they're gonna burn shit down.
And they're doing it right now with Better Buzz. Better Buzz actually organized Better Buzz United, which is Better Buzz is represented now by the United Food and Commercial Workers Union, Local 135 here in San Diego. And the first store to organize was the Hillcrest store.
Nice.
And that was really, really cool. And then the second store in Mira Mesa.
Just won their
Mira.
election.
Yeah, Mira Mesa
Just
won their election. So
Yeah, you guys had a good social media
yeah.
campaign.
Yeah.
It looked good. It's buzz. It's the whole bee thing. Join the buzz. Join the swarm. That was good. It was very entertaining. Everything that you guys would put out, it's hitting hard, and that's where it's at. Social media. You need to have a social media game now to be relevant. I feel in any kind of labor campaign.
And also like the connections with the community. One of our closest friends, Maj Gan, she actually was friends with some people who worked at Better Buzz, and she gave us a call up. So it's just it's important to have like connections in the community.
Yeah, she called me, and
she
then
called
I told
you,
her to call you and Maribel.
Yeah, and then I took down all the information. I gave it to the organizing department, and guess what? Now they have two campaigns, 2 victories in 2 months.
Yeah, that's fucking fast.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a Starbucks kind of momentum.
Yeah.
But like we said earlier, I wouldn't be surprised if you guys get a contract before Starbucks does.
Yeah, well, we are, we have a lot of great organizers, like you said, like the Better Buzz United, and make sure you follow Better Buzz United on Instagram. It's really, really cool. The coloring, the optics and stuff for the campaign. And I was bringing them up. I lost my train of thought, but they are honey badgers.
Yeah.
They are honey badgers. They're going hard, and the victory was like 7 or 8 to 1 in favor of
Damn.
forming a union. And so, with everything going on, and they're opening. I think they opened a new Better Buzz in another state. I believe it's Arizona. So they're growing.
They're growing.
They're building, but they, the workers aren't sharing in that prosperity, and I think that's why they formed a union.
Well, yeah, man. Everybody wants their coffee. Everybody's so addicted to their coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Like Starbucks, that's why Starbucks blew up. But now Better Buzz is a San Diego company, and they're blowing up.
Right.
And they're it's a good company too. Like I heard, I never drink there before, their coffee, but I'm sure it's a good company because they just keep opening stores all over the place in San Diego. I think the first one was like in PB, huh? Do you think? I think it was in PB.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when I used to do Lyft, actually, I gave a ride to one of the store managers, and I think she worked at the one in PB, and she would tell me, like, dude, they'd be so busy, like lines around the block, kind of busy. That's how Starbucks is, and if this company is making good money like that, then the workers obviously deserve a share in that profit.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, it's really exciting right now. Oh, and then Food for Less got a great contract too. Food for Less is owned by Kroger. I mean, they've got really great wage increases. I mean, it's different for everyone, but that's the thing. Right now, I think people are realizing, and it's taken a while, but people have been brainwashed about labor unions the past I don't know how many years, about
50 years.
Yeah, 50 years. And now the approval of labor unions is 71%. People are like, wait a minute. If we all band together, we can fight for a living wage? Because at the end of the day, that's what it is. It's like, your contract is property. You own it. And it cannot be taken away from you without just cause. And in the labor movement, we just don't allow the owners of business, the billionaires or millionaires, to dictate our wages, our benefits, or our working conditions. We want to stay in the decision-making process, and that's what's going on with Better Buzz. That went on with Food for Less. So very, very exciting time for organized labor.
Speaking of organized, the Moonlight Amphitheater, that's our venue, that a theater in Vista. I helped organize them a few years ago. I'm going to say 3 years ago, and we just got our contract signed a couple months ago, last month, because it went into effect this month. So that's the Moonlight Amphitheater up in Vista. Super nice venue. They do good production up there. And that was our first publicly owned venue to organize. As in, we dealt with the city in negotiating the contract. We've never dealt with any public institution before. We're private sector union. We've always dealt with private sector with the National Labor Relations Board. But with this one, I learned a lot when organizing the Moonlight Amphitheater. You don't go through the NLRB. You go through the PERB, because there's two organizations. The PERB is for public sector. Public Employees Relations Board or something like that. And how we organized within a month, got all the cards signed. And then I learned the hard way. I turned in the cards to the NLRB, not knowing exactly how they were owned by the city and how we didn't really know who we were going to deal with. Rookie's mistake. And then the lawyer came back. It's like, hey, the NLRB came back, and they're like, you're not going to deal with this. We don't deal with them. They're public. They're owned by the city. They're ran by the city. So then we had to turn those cards in to PERB. But with the NLRB, I had gotten a bunch of cards digitally signed, authorization cards digitally signed. That was the first time I did that too. The NLRB accepts them. The PERB doesn't. So when I turned in the cards to the PERB, they're like, oh, okay, everything's good except for these electronic cards. So I had to go back to those people and get physical cards signed.
Wow.
Dude, it was such a mission. And a lot of these people, because of the pandemic, they moved away from the city, from the state. So I was over here chasing these people down to get these cards signed to turn them into the PERB. Once we turned them into the PERB, though, as long as the city, I guess, recognized the unit, then we went in straight into negotiations, and they did. We did card check, basically. I thought we were going to have an election. We didn't have an election.
It's kind of like car track neutrality, right? Because it's public, so it's like automatically you have enough cards signed. It goes straight to...
As long as I think that's with public sector.
Okay.
Here in California. Don't quote me on that. We never had that with other venues that we organized. So, but yeah, and then we went into negotiations. It took 2 years to negotiate that contract.
Wow.
It was such a mission, but we finally did. We signed the contract, and well, you met one of our steward yesterday.
Yeah.
When we were here.
And AB5 had a component in that. Was part of that, right?
So this is how it went down. Now that we're getting into it, I didn't know any of this about AB5 affecting the Moonlight Theater organizing. We just organized the Moonlight Theater and went into negotiations. So what happened was, Moonlight Theater, the AB5 affected the Moonlight Amphitheater. From what I heard, they told me that the Moonlight Amphitheater reached out to the Cal Labor Fed to try to get a carve-out, get them excluded from AB5. The Cal Labor, of course, Lorena said, fuck no. We're going to include the Moonlight Amphitheater.
Shout out, Lorena.
Shout out, Lorena Gonzalez. She was on the podcast, too.
No big deal.
No big deal. We just have stars on the podcast. So, yeah, and then so they didn't get carved out. So that helped with the organizing drive, and which helped with the negotiations. So it's crazy how, like, all of this happening all at the same time, and maybe I didn't know everything. I learned about the PERB. I learned about organizing under the PERB, a public sector company, and then dealing with AB5, and then negotiating the contract all under that. It was such a mission. Everything you learn, all these campaigns, you're always learning something new. Even if you're a seasoned-ass veteran, you're always learning because laws change.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's always changing at all times. And then every different company is different, has different types of employees, different types of trades. So every organizing campaign is different. You can't do the exact same thing you did on the first organizing drive and do it on the next one.
I think it really goes into like misclassification of workers. How, the Moonlight Theater wanted to get a carve out.
Yeah.
Right? They wanted to get a carve out. They basically go, we want to misclassify these workers. And Lorena said no. And I think.
And you heard our steward yesterday. They would get stipends, right? Like that's what it used to be. Here's I think like $500 stipend to do this shows during these times. But of course, there's overtime. Like you work more than what you think you're gonna work,
right.
And then they throw in extra stuff in between, but they still work under that same stipend. So a lot of the times, a lot of them would make under minimum wage, doing stagehand work in one of the most expensive counties in the state, in the country. So yeah, so once AB5 came in, they went into hourly rates, and then we negotiated better wages too on top of that. So it was a big win for the Moonlight Amphitheater. Yeah. No big deal. That's how we do it. All we do is win, except for that loss I took a couple years ago, but that's okay.
That's okay. We don't talk about
We don't talk about that one.
But the organizing department of UFCW, led by Maribel McKenzie, she's won 2 campaigns with her team in 2 months. So
wow.
Is she now the hottest organizer in the world?
She's competing with me, definitely. Like we're head to head. We're head to head. Shout out Maribel. We're head to head for sure. I don't know.
And Andres, he's the lead organizer over there, and they've got some pretty kick-ass spurs.
Nice
too. So
that's what it's about. It's like training the next leaders. You should never keep everything to yourself. Always be training the next ones. Teach them everything you know, because that's how we build leaders. Is always training. Labor is always shifting, is always changing. There's no guarantees. Right now I'm here with Ayatsi. Who knows? We're going to sell out soon. So.
Yeah, well, I think I think with inflation, I think you said you would sell out for $300,000 and a Jeep Wrangler.
That was like 5 months ago.
Yeah, so you probably want to sell out for about $400,000.
Yeah, now I'll sell out for 4. Yeah, and a Jeep Wrangler.
A Jeep Wrangler.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to like those Jeep Wranglers.
They're badass. I'm not going to lie. But what else is going on, Chris? I know we talked about our fundraiser. Oh, you kind of mentioned it.
I kind of mentioned, but we go over it again.
Yeah. So we're going to have a fundraiser July 17th at 4 p.m. at McGregor's. Mm-hmm. And, it'd just be chill. It'd be cool. We're going to create a flyer right now and put it out ASAP. And, whatever anybody can donate to us, because all of this costs money. All this gear costs money.
Yeah.
We cost money. We're doing all of this out of our pockets. So
yeah, we spent was it like $20,000?
We've already spent 20 grand
That's out of our pocket.
out of our pockets. Yeah, but we did get those grants. We can talk about it.
Yeah.
We got those grants through the County Board of Supervisors. Shout out Tara Lawson Reamer, County Board of Supervisor. Under her district, we got grants, and that's how we were able to pay for this other gear that we got. And then they can help us with labor. Speaking of labor, union made.
Oh, yeah. So we are a union employer.
We're a union employer.
Yeah, because
we got a contract with IATSE Local 122, and it pays union rates. We pay into everybody's pension, annuity, and healthcare benefits.
Right.
So that's pretty badass. I mean, we're a union employer, union print shops.
Union print shops.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's like, I think there's a pride in that, knowing that you're paying into someone's pension, you're paying into someone's health care. And it's really cool to know that this podcast is not only dedicated but to the labor movement, but we are a business and we are dedicated to, doing everything we can to, further a living wage, to further, good union benefits.
Well, that too. And remember, we're gonna start we're partnering up with our education department,
right,
to train people. Just right now, we're gonna be training as we shoot these episodes. Bring on some apprentices, and they're gonna work on our gear.
Evangelina would be really happy right now. Shout out to Evangelina.
Shout out Evangelina.
She's always telling us.
She's awesome. She's a rock star.
She is. We're training. This podcast provides training.
Yep.
And that's huge. So, when you donate to the podcast or, you support us, you're supporting training. I think the only problem with labor podcasts is there's not enough of them.
Yeah. No, but they're spurring up. They're growing just like we did, just like we started somewhere. And I think it's cool that we're growing because it's a niche.
Yeah.
Like talking to workers and then talking about worker issues and our rights and it's cool now.
Yeah.
I think it's cool to be part of a union. It's cool to have Union Drip.
Oh yeah.
Shout out Union Drip.
Shout out Union Drip.
We're just shouting out on this episode.
He's been. I gotta still. I'm gonna send him his shirts. I still been lagging on that. So
you haven't sent it yet?
No. I just,
dude, what the?
Because I was in escrow and all the shit started happening, and
first world problems.
Yeah.
You're in escrow. Nobody's buying houses except for you right now.
Anyway, God is good.
God is good. I'm starting to believe in God. Like I told you, like
you can't understand why I'm still
alive.
alive.
Still alive. You should be dead, dude.
You think about it, like, I don't know where I'm going. Like, I'm driving half the time. Even when like we get out of the parking lot and you're out, Chris. You have no idea where you are. But but I'm still here. So
you're still here. So God has to be real.
God has to be real.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, this is what it is. I mean, we are selling the shirts for $30 a pop, and you can just send us whatever you need. A large, or it's only in red right now, and you send me your size, your information, and I'll send you the Venmo link, and I'll shoot you the shirt.
Yeah,
but it's $30. It's union printed. They're pretty badass for $30.
Yeah. I mean, if we have to ship it, you have to pay shipping. But if you come over to the podcast, you can just pick it up.
You can pick it up. But what if they're in Washington, D.C.? Hey, we have listeners in New York.
Oh, yeah.
L.A.
I was looking.
Japan.
Yeah. I was looking at, our algorithms. Like, people are looking at us all over.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like, it's hot. It's cool to be labor right now. And people need to, and we need to educate people how to organize, too. I want to do an episode just on how to organize a workplace, the basics.
Yeah.
Like going through I have a PowerPoint presentation and just going through step 1, step 2, step 3 kind of deal to really give like an overview of how to organize, that it's possible. Anybody can organize except if you are misclassified.
Yes.
And you're 1099. You have to be an employee.
Yes.
Yeah. That's why the Moonlight tried to do the carve out.
I mean, it is hot. And organizing has changed. I was talking to Maribel McKenzie, and she said, like, in the old days, it was home calls. You're driving to people's houses, talking to them. But a lot of stuff is done through text message, other social media platforms.
Mhm.
So organizing is
It's
changing.
evolving.
And you just said you can actually sign up to join IATSE with an electronic card,
Not well,
like
authorization cards, right?
you have electronic
Yeah,
authorization
yeah, yeah.
cards.
To sign an authorization card, obviously they're physical, but now we have electronic cards, an electronic way to
Yeah.
doing it. Yeah, a lot of unions are doing it this way.
Yeah, and that's good. It saves time. It saves gas.
I
And
kind of don't like it though.
okay,
Let me tell you why.
okay,
Because the interaction of having a physical card, having someone sign it there in front of you, it's like very symbolic. It's very like, oh my God, I just did something for myself. I just signed to be part of it for representation for my IATSE. Obviously, you're not represented by us yet. This initiates a union election, but the fact that a worker is signing something, they're doing their next steps into the process. They're actually committing or recommitting themselves into this campaign and that's in person, so you get to see their physical body language, you get to shake their hand, you get to talk to them, answer any questions. If you just shoot it to them with a link, it takes away all of that. That's why I like electronic. I don't like electronic.
or you could have them sign electronically, and they can all meet at McGregor's.
On July 17th for our fundraiser. We need everybody there. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, we need to raise at least $1,000.
Yeah,
That's our goal.
That's our goal.
Should that be our goal? We haven't even set one. What do
Yeah.
you think our goal should be?
Maybe we should cut that out. Maybe it shouldn't be 1,000. Maybe
10,000.
10,000.
You're right.
Ooh, 10,000.
10,000.
Wow, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Gosh, we could pay our rent for I don't know how long.
Or we'll move into a larger office.
Oh, yeah. We've been moving stuff. Man, this studio is how many square feet is it?
This?
Yeah.
It's under 300.
Man, we are just like always moving stuff around because we are getting bigger. We want to get some more couches and stuff, but we had to take a couch out because of all the new
Take a
gear.
couch out. Yeah. The one that we found on the side of the road.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's funny how people like, where'd you get that couch? It's nice. It's at the side of the road. People didn't want to sit on it. Yeah, I got it dry cleaned. I mean, I did I took everything in. But
Yeah, it was nice.
I guess when people, if it's on the side of the road, people don't like that.
Yeah, what the hell?
I know. Honey badgers would just be on the couch. Honey badgers don't have a problem with that.
Honey badgers don't give a fuck. But yeah, how long have we gone? 27 minutes. Oh, we're almost at half an hour.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
We had a lot to talk about.
We're back.
We're back. There you go.
There. All right. I just have to take a piss.
Well,
We have to drink a lot of water now. Yeah. So you know what they recommend for people that like go to the gym and try to be active and work out and run and hike? 1 gallon of water a day. Do you drink 1 gallon of water a day?
You know what? I started, I was feeling really, really tired because I was going to the gym with you. I was waking up early, and then pretty soon I said, I can't do it anymore. So what I did was I got a liter. So a liter of water, and I put a couple of liquid IVs in there, and I drank that while I was at the gym, and I felt great. I really did. And it made me feel good. And then throughout the day, drinking more water.
So you don't drink a gallon a day?
No.
Yeah,
no.
nobody does.
I don't think anybody does.
Well, like I said, like gym rats do.
Yeah.
So I mean, even if you drink a liter a day, because most of us don't. I think recommended for normal people that are not too active, it's like eight glasses. 8 glasses a day, which I don't know how much that is.
Which is a glass?
Maybe that's a liter. That might be a liter.
No, well.
Anyways, so a gallon is almost 4 liters.
Oh, gallons, almost 4 liters.
3.75.
So 8 ounces is 64 ounces is 8 cups of water a day.
Okay. And is that a liter? 64 ounces?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
You might want to check us.
Yeah, Gracie, can you?
Yeah.
Torres, she does the conversions for the
UnionorBust
podcast.
Yeah. She does conversions for us. Yeah. But no, so anyways, I'm going to make it a habit now, like my little health scare that I just had. I wasn't feeling well. So I think just drinking more water is part of it. Like, we need to take care of our health. I'm going to cut out fast food. Soda for sure I'm cutting out. Red meat, I'm going to try to not eat red meat during the week. Just on the weekends maybe. And drink a shitload more water.
Yeah, I've been drinking, I'm now Like that's my new thing. Like I'll have that liter in the gym, 2 liquid IVs, and then continue to drink water during the day. And I hope I get to that gallon. I mean,
Dude, imagine.
that'd be, and I'd feel, I know I'd feel a lot better. You know, it's like, but I got to drink a little bit of coffee. You know, it makes me feel, you know, I just
and the beer.
Yeah, no, I quit drinking.
I know, I drink the beer.
You could drink the beer.
Yeah.
Does that count as water?
I think it does.
Yeah, really. No,
Mhm.
it doesn't.
I don't know.
Disgusting.
Yeah, we're just disgusting. But yeah, no. Well, we have to have our mental health. We
Yeah.
have to have our physical health in order to fight with the labor movement. Because if we don't have that, then the labor movement doesn't have us.
Yeah, you can't light yourself on fire to keep someone else warm. And I always tell, you know, when I talk to members, I tell them that, and I go, you know, take your breaks. You know, this isn't like where, you know, you burn, you know, you work through your break or work through your lunch or whatever you do. I say, no, you know, make sure you concentrate on your mental health.
Yeah.
You know, even at the, you know, when I'm working, I take breaks. I write it down and I go take my union mandated break. That's the way I look at it.
That's
It's like,
awesome.
you know,
And then you jump on TikTok.
and then I jump on TikTok.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, we need to take care of our health, our mental. Look at me, I'm pounding water.
Yeah, TikTok helps my mental health.
You're sacrificing yourself.
I'm
for the labor
sacrificing my
movement.
mental health for the labor movement.
Yeah, but you're helping us.
Yeah,
You're helping the
is.
labor movement. You're helping the podcast. What's more important than that?
no, it is. You know, but it's good to getting sleep also is really important. I've been trying to go to bed earlier. You know, waking up. You know, sometimes you got to cut things out.
Yeah.
And I was talking to you about that. It's like you have to cut things out. And I'm going to tell you when we go to LA because we got invited to go to LA for something.
for this training conference.
Yeah,
I don't even know what
training
it is exactly, but,
But it's
yeah,
excited.
It's
you know,
exciting. They reached out to us.
They reached out to us,
Yeah.
and so. But after the conference, we got to come back because I'm going to work on Sunday.
We're not going to spend the night.
No, well, we'll spend the night on Friday. We can stay Friday
Oh,
night
that makes sense.
because why do you want to just stay? And you know, and then Jessica wants to know if Lourdes is going.
No,
Okay, that's what she's
We'll cut
texting
that
her.
no. Escaping is part of the fun, so we can hang out with Buenaflor.
Hey, I'm
Dude,
not.
we haven't seen Buenaflor in a while.
Well, you better hope Lourdes says Lourdes. They're texting right now probably.
Oh,
So I'm
okay.
gonna text Lourdes.
No, but that's taking it away from our trip.
You know what? She won't be able to go because Friday, if we're leaving Friday, she works. Oh no, she could leave on Friday actually because she works anyway.
Well, I'm already taking Lourdes to Disneyland in September.
Mhm.
Disneyland is expensive as shit. Each ticket was like $140 or $160. That's $300 for 2 tickets.
Wow.
And then tax, and then parking's like another $25 or $35. And then obviously you have to drive there and drive back, and then eating,
You know,
and then drinking beer.
I do say this: you can actually bring food into Disneyland. You can. People
Okay.
don't,
People
but you can't. But I brought some burritos one time.
Really?
Yeah, I made them, and they were healthy.
Yeah.
You know, like I made like whole wheat tortillas, like bean and cheese burritos, like a little. It was really, really good, and we ate those. You know how much a burrito costs in Disneyland?
$20 probably.
I mean, I don't even know if they have burritos there.
No, probably not.
We could start selling them though
Yeah,
until we get kicked out.
that'd be awesome.
We pay for our ticket.
But yeah, so yeah, we're gonna be in LA the 27th.
Right.
Do a cool conference, and just that's what it's about. We need to network more. Everyone needs to network more, and just build everything, build the platforms, because we share other people's stuff all the time.
Yeah.
Because that's solidarity.
Yeah.
And that's how we platform each other. We bring people on, and give a voice to other unions or workers or leaders, whatever the case, and platform their whatever they're trying to put out there, their campaigns, their fights, their struggles. And that's what it's about. So we need to network more. That's what it's about. Building a rainbow coalition.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we need. And the rainbow coalition includes Trump supporters.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck.
It is. It's everybody, and I always say this on the podcast. You know, there's an old proverb in India that says, "After you cut off someone's nose, there's no point in giving them a rose to smell. After you demean what someone holds as valuable, you can tell them the truth, but they'll never believe you because you demean what they hold as valuable." And I know that you know when there was a shooter at at Trump yesterday and
rally.
just barely missed him.
Yeah.
And they got him. They got the shooter. But the problem is, that violence. It's just you're really attacking, people who are in labor. I was talking to Union Drip the other day, and on one of our podcasts, and he says, "Dude, there's a lot of Teamsters, you're Trump supporters."
Yeah.
And it's like people have different reasons for being Republicans. People have different reasons for being part of the Green Party. People have different reasons for being Democrats. But this podcast is not dedicated. We're not an arm of any political party. We are the Union or Bust podcast, and our podcast is dedicated to kitchen table economics.
Mm-hmm.
The main thing is to keep the main thing, because like I said on previous podcasts, if the establishment can distract you with a controversial social issue and they can divide the labor movement, because at the end of the day, both major parties, they get money from all kinds of monopolistic corporations to try to, people can't afford health care right now. Why is that? Because we don't have universal health care like most countries, industrial countries. There's so much to say about kitchen table economics, and I think as long as we keep that the foundation of this podcast, we don't keep it about any political party. We keep it about caring about people, caring about people's health care, caring about people's children who don't have health care. So anyway,
yeah, no, true that. Yeah, poor Trump, dude. Like, I did see another tweet this morning though with this activist that I follow. I forgot their handle, but they're like, Trump is gonna have more thoughts and prayers tweets for him than any people in Palestine from these Democrats.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, I'm like, on the one hand, part of me is like, yeah, this is violence. We shouldn't have this. Blah 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 blah. Right? Whatever. And on the other hand, I'm like, okay, yeah, you're saying we shouldn't have this violence against Trump and all this stuff, but what about the genocide that's going on the other side of the world that you haven't said anything about?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's fucked up too. Like, what the hell? Like, one's a little bit more extreme than the other. I just gotta say it. I don't think Trump should die. I think if anything, whoever did this is only gonna help Trump. You fucking idiot, because you missed. So that's just what it is.
Yeah.
And now he's gonna win the election.
Oh, he has definitely got more votes because of that.
Oh yeah.
It's
so Biden has to one up him.
He has to one up him.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, he has to one up. I don't know how without dying, but
well.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting because we're talking about kind of what's going on around the world with Palestine and everything, and what I think of is like, all the violence around the world. I think it's kind of numbed the culture. I remember when I was about to get my hair cut, and I saw it, and I was like, oh, someone shot at Trump. Like it wasn't like, I was like, okay, well, I'll get to that later.
Yeah.
Let me get my hair cut.
Yeah, same for me too. Same.
And it was like, we started talking to each other on the phone. Remember, I called you, or you called me, and we didn't even mention. Like, I think it's weird. It's like this violence around the country. I don't think it's healthy. I think it's numbing people.
Yeah. We're numb as fuck.
When Reagan got shot, oh my gosh, that was crazy. There's the reaction, and that's kind of like what's going on in this country is like people are starting to get numb to this violence. It's when did genocide and elder abuse become okay?
Yeah. No, I agree. I think that's exactly what it is. I didn't even feel anything. I was like, oh, they missed it. He got shot. That's how I felt. I didn't react like you said, like you didn't. I didn't react either. I was like, oh, he got shot. Okay, whatever. And then the first thing I thought of was like, all right, well, now he won the election. That's the first thought.
It was like it's like I did feel a little numb. And we're out here, we're fighting for for people who don't have health care. We're doing everything, but I just think it's like, it's almost like the whole world is a horror movie right now.
Yeah.
And you're just watching it, and you've been watching it for so long that it doesn't scare you anymore.
Yeah. I think a lot of it though, it's coming home now.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like all this violence around the world. All these wars don't happen in the U.S.
Right.
They happen in other countries. So unless you're in the military, you don't really feel it or see it firsthand. It doesn't really impact you that bad. But now, I think with all the violence that we're perpetrating around the world, it's gonna come back to the U.S. eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you think happens when we send people to war and then they come back? We're a part of the culture too. That's me. I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm part of the culture too. So we become numb to it. And now look at this. A president gets shot. Who knows what's going to happen? I think we need to take a step back as a country, definitely, and realize that. Okay, so what I also thought when he got shot yesterday was, these fucking Democrats are like, Trump is the next Nazi. He's a Nazi. His supporters are Nazis. He wants to bring the second whatever Hitler. He's the second Hitler, and he's gonna chain us all up. He's an authoritarian figure that wants to get rid of all the institutions. So when you think about that, like if you read it, if you really think about it, it's like, whoa, fuck this guy. A normal reaction is like, man, like you can create violence in your own head and think like, fuck this guy, maybe he should die. If he's another Hitler, we killed Hitler, or he killed himself or whatever. So shouldn't we want the same for Trump, right? Like, so we're saying that Biden is or Trump is Freudian slip. Trump is another Hitler. So shouldn't we want Trump not here at all? You know what I mean?
I think that's the losing argument. You know, people are saying all this stuff, and that's the thing. You're just pissing off his supporters. Exactly. You're emboldening them. And that's why our podcast, we're always going to talk about kitchen table economics.
Well, no, that right there, Biden and his Democrats talking about Trump, that he's the next Hitler, right?
Yeah.
He's going to get rid of the court system or whatever the fuck, right? Yeah. He's going to chain us all up. They're activating their own supporters now to do crazy shit like that. Yeah. Like, wait, I don't want Trump to win. I'm a crazy Biden supporter, and I drink the Kool-Aid from all of this shit. Mm-hmm. So if you're a little bit nuts, let's say, yeah, you're probably gonna do something crazy now to Trump because you don't want the next Hitler. And now it's on the flip side. Yeah. What are the Trump supporters gonna do now?
Yeah. Well, and I think that gets back to what we were talking about, or I was talking about earlier, distracting. Because you're saying all this stuff, and then all of a sudden, I'm not thinking about kitchen table economics. I'm not thinking about people can't support themselves. People can't pay their rent. People are having trouble paying their electricity. People are rationing or skipping meals right now to pay their rent. And so that is like the major problems right now. And I know that if we get caught up in the Democratic or Republican talking points, and you just pretty soon they raise the age of Social Security. Retirement. So it's like, they tried to do that in France, and they almost burned the country down. So if and I think that's kind of like what it is. Keep people working, working how many jobs, keep them distracted, and feed them the mainstream establishment media. But we don't play that. We don't play that here on the
Union. We don't play that game.
No,
we did talk about it because it's the elephant in the room, and I thought we should bring it up. I think you brought it up. And I think it's important to talk about it, but it's not the actual thing that happened. It's like, why did we get here in this position that we're in? And then what does that mean moving forward? That's where we're at.
I know. I had people, and I'm not going to mention any names, that people were saying it was like staged.
Yeah.
And I was like,
a lot of people are saying that on Twitter.
That's the thing. People jump to conclusions. And, people were just saying, look, I'm a union representative, so I'm always looking at objective, concrete information. Yeah. I know there is more information that hasn't come out yet. So I'm not going to put myself out there, my integrity and my credibility, and say this was staged. It was not staged. There's a person that's dead.
Exactly.
There's this,
to me, I'm like, okay, stage means, okay, how would it be staged? He could have died. Trump could have died.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, how is a shooter that good to only get his ear? No, dude. Come on. I was in the Marines. He could have easily killed them. Like, he just missed.
Yeah.
That's what that was. So, how staged from who? From Trump? From his supporters? That's a big-ass risk he's willing to take just for this coverage. So, no. And then the shooter dies with it.
And someone in the audience.
And somebody in the audience. So, why would the shooter want to participate in the stage if he's going to die?
You have to look at it for what it is.
Yeah.
You have to look at it for what it is. What do we know? We know that there are 2 people that are dead, including the shooter. Yeah. So, and it's tragic. And I was talking about before, it's like, I felt numb. Like, seriously, that's crazy. Yeah. That is crazy. And it has all kinds of ramifications for, people's mental health. And that's pretty sad to know. And I battle, I'm always, trying to concentrate more on my mental health. But I was like, wait a minute, that's kind of a wake-up call. Like, if you're numb and something like that happens, that's kind of like, I mean, what's going on right now?
Yeah, we're fucked.
Yeah.
But we'll bounce back. The labor movement is bouncing back. It's never been this hot since the 30s, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's just exciting times, though. With that being said, it's still exciting times.
It is.
Where we can take the power back. We can grow this labor movement. We can bring our conscience back to this fucking country. And it's labor. It's the heartbeat of America. So, we're just excited. We wanted to do a quick episode today and just show off our new gear, our shirts, our pamphlet, and invite you all to our fundraiser for July 17th.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be fun. We don't have the flyer yet. They're working on it.
They're working on it.
But man, I was looking at these, and I'm going to give another shout out to Evangelina Hernandez. Man, these are really cool.
Yeah.
Let me read our mission statement.
The mission statement.
Let me
I worked with Evangelina on this, so I take
it's
a
good mission statement. Yeah. You guys did a good job. But so our mission, and I'm just going to read it.
Yeah.
I haven't memorized it yet, but I definitely, it kind of gave me goosebumps. But
you know what? We should read it at the same time.
Yeah.
And then make a clip out of it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that sounds good.
Right?
Yeah. Ready? Go. Okay.
All right.
1, 2, 3. At the UnionorBust podcast, we embrace the raw energy that fuels our labor movement. We're diving into untold stories and unfiltered truths to amplify worker power and break through the noise of the establishment. Whether on the picket line, at a work site, or in the studio, the one-on-one conversation is the cornerstone of union organizing. Our podcast serves as a home to harness the power of conversations to build solidarity and a stronger working class. That's pretty cool.
Boom.
That's a good
statement. That's what we stand for. Yeah, that's who we are. I think that's a good way to end the episode. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's a good day.
Okay, for sure. So this is just another quick episode of Union or Bust. Make sure you like and subscribe. Sign on to our Patreon and support us because, again, everything costs money, and we use it. We use all the money for this content.
Exactly.
Eventually, we want to be able to fly in people and do things like that.
Yeah, so. that's what it's all about. It's all about solidarity.
It's all about solidarity.
And it's fun when you're here. I mean, we do Zooms, but it's a lot better when you're here.
Oh, yeah,
we vibe so much.
Body language, yeah. Body language is like 70 or 80% of communication.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, there you go. That's another episode. So catch you on the flip side.
All right. Well, that was pretty good.